Hey, Fresh Coast Gaming fans, welcome back to another Kitchen Hammer edition of Fresh Coast Gaming. This is part 2 in a video series that started with our unboxing review of the Gaddis Gamer TableTopper, which you can see sweetly displayed underneath our table here. Oscar and I put this together in the previous video and we discussed our thoughts on it. We're actually going to play on it though. It's one thing to get it out of the box and look at it and talk about what it looks like. It's another to have it together with covered in terrain and actually be using it for games. So Oscar's got his drink and his chips, his his row of Twix, all his dice, all his supplies are sitting right over here. Foolish kid, he doesn't know he's not deploying on this side. He's going to be over there. Haha. Anyway, we covered it with a fat mat from Frontline Gaming and a whole bunch of terrain. We got stuff from Brush for Hire. I can't remember what their new name is. I'm sorry, guys. I totally forgot what you renamed the company. Along with some stuff from Angry Mojo Games, and there's some Eldar terrain from an Australian company. I can't remember either. But anyway, this is all stuff that we have sitting around the house. I'll put links to this all in the description. You can check it out there. We're gonna play a 1250 game. Ozzy and I kind of like the smaller games, and I'm kind of thinking, because I've been using the same themey army against him, he and I might put together a little mini campaign just for ourselves and do a video series on that. I think that might be cool. So I'll show you what I've got, and he's upstairs actually getting his stuff out of boxes right now, and then I'll bring it down and show off his army. Okay, some of you have seen some of this stuff before, but I guarantee you none of you have seen that. I just recently picked up a bunch of Grey Knights that were sold back to Gamer Sanctuary used. I believe they used to be Larry's. And they were painted by Bill, one of our War Machine guys. He's our local press ganger in the club. He painted these a long time ago for Larry. Larry never used them, sold them back to the store, and I picked them up dirt cheap because they are really well painted, and I've always wanted to have a small Grey Knight force to go with the rest of my Imperial stuff. So what do I have? I have a level 3 Librarian with just the warding staff, no other upgrades. 2 identical Terminator squads with just a card with a Thunderhammer. There's a side cannon and then 4 halberds in each of those 2 squads. And then I have my new favorite toy that you've already seen before, the Skitarii Killclade. There's a squad of Infiltrator with flechette pistols, 2 squads of Rust Stalkers with Daddy Spike upgrades on both of the Princeps, and then another squad of Rust Stalkers. These ones have the blades instead of the razors, and the Princeps has the Cord Claw and Data Spike. And that's it. Not a whole lot of upgrades, because those are kind of expensive models. It's a real small model count army, and we'll see what I think. I think Oscar's got. He's got that running in just coming out of one battle wagon at me. So that's going to be pretty scary. See what he's going to bring. I know he's going to be trying something new today, and I'm always looking forward to when he gets his orky mitts on something new. Alright, here we have Oscar's Orc Army. Again, you've seen all the models, but he's going to be trying something new. He's actually going to be running the Pain Mob from the new Getting Started with Orks book. Not that he needs to add more Orcs, but he had all the models to run this formation. So we're going to give it a shot, because I think it's actually a pretty good formation.
Have you seen my knobs?
Oh yeah, you've seen the knobs before. Yep, those are the only knob I painted in that squad.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
I painted
Oscar
all the
painted all the rest of those by himself. So all you guys who are being kind of lazy about painting your models, check it out. He did that last year when he was 8. Super impressed with this kid. He's got a truck he's working on too, by the way. Anyway, so the Pain Mob starts with the Pain Boy right here, and he's going to be riding with 6 knobs, 5 with Sluggers and Choppas, and 1 with a Power Claw. They're going to be in a truck with boarding planks. No, I'm sorry. We had to get rid of the boarding planks for points, didn't we? Yeah, we got rid of the boarding planks on the trucks and on all the vehicles, but they do all have grot riggers for It Will Not Die. So that's part of the formation. The 20 boy mob full of Sluggers and Choppas with the knob with again Frostpole and Power Claw. That's the boys mob in the formation, and then of course Deca, the Death Dread with 2 custom Mega Blasts is the Dreadnought from the formation. So if you don't know, the formation allows them to, once per game in the movement phase, if they're already stuck and engaged in combat, they get a free pile-in move and a free round of attacks during the movement phase.
Oh, it's only
which is pretty brutal. Yeah, it's only once per game. But it's pretty brutal. Especially if that Dreadnought is stuck in and just wants to get out of something, because then it could kill something and theoretically be free, if it finishes him off in the movement phase, be free to charge something in the assault phase. Yuck. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. To round out the army, though, we have a Combined Arms Detachment. The Cromlech Mini's Big Mech. Love this guy. He's got a Power Claw and a Custom Force Field. He has 2 troop choices with him. We've got a unit of Grots, because they're so cute and cheap. and then a unit of boys. These are shooter boys. All the boys, actually all the orcs on the field have heavy armor, so 4 up saves on them. There's a big shooter and a knob with power claw and boss bolt, of course. They're going to be riding around in a looted wagon with the kill cannon and 2 big shooters. We got a battle wagon for the 20 mob of boys with just 4 big shooters on it. Grot riggers, of course, like I said. And then we have 3 def copters with rockets for some speedy outflanking goodness. So that's 1250 of orcs. We're going to roll a mission. We are going to be using the... I'm going to be using the new strategic mission cards because I think they're really a lot of fun. And Oscar's going to continue to use his orc deck because that's also a lot of fun. We're going to roll some warlord traits then and get moving. All right, before we start the game, let's do a little bookkeeping. I won the roll-off to go first. So we have objectives placed here on the Eldar dais. One back there in the woods. One in the center, one over there by those ruins, one under the Gretchen right there in the top, and then one behind the Def Copters here, so that's 6. We're going to be playing Tactical Escalation, so we each draw 1 card every turn, based on the turn number. This is one of our favorites. We love this. 1 on turn 1, yep.
2, 3 on 3.
Yep, we got it.
4 on 4.
I have Banishment, Gate of Infinity, Purge Soul, and Vortex of Doom for my psychic powers. I also rolled counterattack for my warlord trait, so my warlord and his unit get counterattack. Oscars have the thunderous, what is it, thunderous charge or thunderous something like that. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. He gets
something.
Yeah, he gets to re-roll charge ranges with for all his boys within 12 inches of his warlord and run moves. So that's pretty good. That's super handy for orcs because that's exactly what they need is more re-rolls to get into combat. Anyway, so I have all my Sicarans are here. The infiltrators are out flanking, and all my terminators are deep striking. And Oscar has all of his stuff ready to charge forward along his lines right here. I'm not sure if this is the exact deployment on this mission style, but we don't care. We'll mix and match deployments in mission because that's fun. There's no night fighting. I have the first turn, and Oscar's going to try to seize on camera. Go for it, kiddo. Oh, it's a 4, so I have the first turn. Top of turn 1, I drew Storm Objective 4, which is that one right there. That gives me D3 victory points if Oscar was holding the objective at the beginning of my turn, and I hold it at the end. Neither one of those conditions apply, so that card is actually going to get discarded. I'm going to get rid of it now at the end of the turn. Reserve-wise, I got my Librarian and his Terminator squad who came in. They tried to deep strike right here behind the Death Dread, and whiffed and went way back this way. So the only thing they could do was really try to Vortex of Doom on the Gretchen, and Oscar's all mad at me because I purged Soul on one of them and killed him, and then I Vortexed 3 more?
4.
I killed 4 total. I think there's 6 left.
5.
Okay, yeah, alright, so yeah, I killed 5 total. I killed 4 more with the Vortex. The Runt Herd stayed alive, which is great because they passed their leadership check. So the Vortex is still there. I only de-killed one of them too. That was kind of on my part. And then they use the formation rules to run after they deep struck, so that's pretty cool. I then shot at... I'm sorry, they deep struck in, psychic, then shot at the Death Dread. I only did 1... I got 1 penetrating hit with a side cannon, and I stunned him, or shook him. So he's still able to turn around and come right at me next turn, which is going to be problematic for those guys, so that might be bad. Anyway... They ran after that, and that's it. The rest of my army just ran forward. They really went slow. I rolled nothing but 3s for these guys for both their movement and run moves, and then 4s for those guys back there. So they went 6, then ran 6, 6, then ran 6, 7, then ran 7. But that's all I could really do. So we're going to move into Oscar's turn 1. Bottom of turn 1. Actually, let's start over here. The Vortex scooted over that way and smacked the battle wagon for 3 hull points, which was pretty good, and then it shook it, so it drove way the heck to get out of the way, and then all the boys jumped out, shot at, and then charged into the Rust Stalkers and wiped them out. I lost the whole squad. He lost 5 boys total. That was it. Oscar drew Overwhelming Firepower, which he had a good chance of doing, but I was making some good armor saves and feel no pain rolls on that squad. However, these guys did die to the combined fire of the looted wagon and the Def Copters. However, Oscar got kind of upset when his favorite model in the world, his Death Dread, got killed when he charged at my Grey Knights. I overwatched him, took 1 hull point off with a glance, and then I hit him with a Thunderhammer. He rolled nothing but 1s, 2s, and 3s on his attack rolls to try to kill my Terminators. So I got first blood there because we did that one first, and then Oscar wiped out my whole squad here, and that one's running. So I don't have a whole lot on the table, but and he's still looking pretty strong. So we're going to go into turn 2. Top of turn 2, my Rust Stalkers who were fleeing continue to flee, and they're getting close to running off the table. That's not good. My infiltrators did show up. They came on and shot their flechette pistols at the boys, but only killed 3 of them. That's also not good. My Terminators deep struck in here and tried to, on a long shot, glance the battle wagon to death, but I failed that with my side cannon. That's not good. I'm going to come to these jokers in a second, because these guys had a long shot to try to storm objective 1, which I drew this turn to. That's the one the Grots are holding. They're out of line of sight, so I really couldn't shoot them off the objective. And obviously if I shot him, I couldn't get up there to hold it. So what I tried to do instead was just get over here and charge. I failed to charge. I needed like a 10. I think I rolled a 7 or 8. So that didn't work. But these guys, I got them through here, and I'm figuring Rust Stalkers, I got plenty of movement. They got a decent move, and I tried to charge them. Dune Strider, I figured would help. Not when I roll Snake Eyes. So they had a 3-inch charge total. Failed to get to the Def Copters. I did shoot the Def Copters with some. What did I shoot him with? You remember? Oh, Vortex of Doom. There's actually another Vortex right here. So they're going to get to move out of the way. One of them got eaten with a D, and then the other made their cover save. And that's it. So I scored 0 points this turn. Didn't get any of my objectives, and I didn't do a whole lot actually. So Oscar's going to kind of come back at me. He's got guys in here. He's got his Knob Squad in the truck over there to try to swamp my Terminators. Those boys can come after my Infiltrators. He's got a lot he can still come at me with. Bottom of 2 coming up. Alright, bottom of turn 2. Oscar drew overwhelming. He kept overwhelming firepower and drew psychological warfare. Normally I wouldn't be too afraid of that, but Oscar and leadership tests are never a good thing against me. So the Terminators got shot at over here. I lost 1 to a lucky shot, I think from a big shooter. Lucky snapshot. Or no, the kill cannon got me once.
And I'm also discarding over.
I lost 1 more of the Rust Stalkers over here to the rockets from the Def Copters. The boys over here came around, shot at and charged and almost wiped out the Infiltrators right there. He's got 1 wound left. He's running. This guy's still running. The Grey Knights over here got mobbed by the Knob Squad.
It was 1 dude.
Yeah, all the Knobs did nothing, but the Big Mech, that Crom Leg Big Mech with a Power Claw came in here and he shredded 4 of them. I failed all my invuln saves.
His Big Mech, his Def Dread got killed.
Yeah, he was mad the Def Dread got killed. But the Justicar managed to make his invuln save in the challenge against the Knob right there, so he is, he's not looking like he's going to be in good shape. That's going to be a real tough row for him to hoe. Anyway, back over here. This is a stalemate. The boys actually lost the fight, but the Knob managed to kill the Princeps in combat, and then he overflowed another one with his Power Claw. But they lost a whole bunch of boys, so Oscar rolled, I think, a 3 on his leadership check here to stay in the fight, though he needed a 5.
Yeah, it was a 3.
Yep, and that was it. So that's bottom of turn 2. We are tied now at 1. We're going to go into turn 3. Top of turn 3, I couldn't really do much. Oscar finished off the Justicar in combat there pretty easily. His Knobs managed to do it, and I failed a whole bunch of saves. Down here, he didn't kill any of my guys. Second round of combat with Transonic Razors is really good. It's all AP 2 hits. I killed all but the Knob and the boy.
The good boy.
Yeah, the Knob and the big shooter. And the Knob cracked the big shooter on the head with his boss pole and didn't kill him. So they're still there in combat, and they're okay. Over here, my Terminators got up on the building and shot. I tried to Vortex again, and it scattered off. I
pinked off the one.
I purged soul on the one Gretchen. I killed him, but which knocked Oscar off the objective. But because there's a grav wave generator up there as the mysterious objective. Thanks to mod cubes, I love them. I think they're sweet. Anyway, the grav wave generator. I made my charge range halve, so that's a 12-inch charge I had to make. Yeah, I failed that. But I am 3 inches away from the objective. So I did finally storm objective 1, which gave me D3 points, and I rolled a 6. So
is that what you had
I got 3 points.
Of the game?
That was... No, I discarded that. I got that turn 2. So I now have 4 points. Oscar has 1. Bottom of 3 coming up. Alright, we're going to get some like cinematic table shots down here. The Rust Stalkers with the Transonic Blades managed to finish off the boys, and the Def Copters that charged in here. I did lose 1. That was bad. I took a wound to a Hammer Wrath, and then the Orks finished him off. But I sweeping advanced them. Everything else kind of jumped back in transports and shot at the Grey Knights. Tried to kill them. Maybe make a whole bunch of saves, but 2-up saves are pretty easy. And drew Witch Hunter
and 2
Yeah, Oscar drew Witch Hunter and then double objective 1. So what does he do? He moves the Runt Herd 1 inch closer, and because he's objective secured, he stole that objective out from underneath my Terminators, little jerk. Anyway, I'm going to see if my Infiltrator way off here in the corner can regroup on a 2, and then try to do something with those Terminators. Hi, Natalie. Wave hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
That's our little Groton training. What were we gonna play with her? Necrons or Tau? What did we say?
One of the two.
Necrons or Tau? We can't remember which.
Or
No pink Space Marines though. Top of turn 4. What I'm lacking in luck on the table with dice and whatnot, I am really getting on objectives. So I kept Disruptor Command because I think I could still get his Big Mech eventually. And then I drew Secure Objective 4, which is right over there, wide open. Secure Objective 5, which is right there. And then I got, what was it called? Priority Orders Received, and I rolled a 1 for that. So that means that if I secured Objective 1, I got 1 point. But if I did it with my Warlord, I got D3. And sure enough, my Librarian is right in the middle of that group. So he scored that. Gave me D3, and I rolled another 3 points for that one. So I managed to get Objective 5, and then I shot and then charged Grots off the Objective 1 to get that one too. So I got another 4 points that turn. Right now I'm leading 8-3, but I only have 7 models left on the table. And it's 8. I forgot, I got an Infiltrator who's still running away back over there. 8 models left. Yeah, it's still not looking great, but I got a chance. I think I got a chance. Moving into bottom of turn 4. Bottom of turn 4, Oscar Turbo.
Here we go.
Okay, go ahead. Oscar flat outed his truck after the boys jumped out and secured Objective 3 because he drew that card. These boys got out, shot at over here on that Infiltrator, or Ruststalker, excuse me, along with the Kill Cannon and Big Shooters here. Killed the other guy. He's down with 1 wound, but he made his leadership check. He's okay. And the Knob Squad jumped out of the battle wagon and attacked the Grey Knights up on top. They managed to make a pretty good charge through the grav wave generator.
Off one guy with the shot.
Yeah, and then got a lot of swings in. Didn't do anything until those power claws from the Big Mech came in, and he killed 3 Terminators with it. And then, but that was it. The Justicar swatted at a couple of his knobs, killed them, and the Warlord, my Librarian, killed a couple more. And that's it. They're stuck in combat because Oscar needed to roll a 3 for his leadership check, and of course he rolls a 3 like he always does with his Orks. It's crazy how good this kid is at making leadership rolls. Anyway, he only scored 1 point, so that's 8-4. Bottom of 4, top of 5 coming up. I'm going to draw a new handful of cards and see if I can't try to run away with these in points. That turn could have gone a lot better for me. I did draw some good cards. I drew, let's see, I had Disruptor Command still. I drew Careful Timing, which gives me a point for holding the objective that corresponds to the turn number, which is the one I was already holding. Turn 5, he's on 5. He got it. So what I needed to do was try to get some. I was going for Warlord kill, so I issued a challenge with my my Librarian, and I'm sorry, with the Justicar, and Oscar accepted it with his Pain Boy. So the Justicar squashed the Pain Boy, but failed to kill the Knob. And then my Librarian whiffed on all of his attacks against the Big Mech. And the Big Mech in turn, snip, cut the Justicar and the Librarian in half, instantly killed them both. Yeah, it was bad. So then he consolidated downstairs. He got my Warlord kill, so I got 1 point for securing Objective 5, which put me up at 9. Oscar got a point for Warlord, which put him at 5. But I got D3 plus 2 points for Disrupt Their Command. I killed an enemy HQ unit in the assault phase. I got another 4 points for that. So I have 13 points. So Oscar's 5. However, I have one...
another one from the psychic thing.
No, you have to do that in your turn.
Darn it!
Yeah, he has Witch Hunter. He's been holding on to it forever, but he did it in my turn. Witch Hunter only works in his own turn. So I have 1 model left with 1 wound going into the bottom of turn 5. Can Oscar finish him off and then I get lucky in the game end? We'll see. Bottom of turn 5.
Nothing.
Notice my Ruststalker is still there. He had to make 4 armor saves or cover saves. He went to ground behind the ruins, and he had all those 3 ups. He failed 1, but then I got my 6 up. Feel no pain. I actually only needed a 5, but I got a 6. Meanwhile, the Big Mac ran upstairs to grab the loot and got Objective 1. These guys aren't close enough to grab Objective 5 from me yet. So we're gonna roll right now to see if the game ends.
No.
And it does not. It goes on. So I got 1 more turn to survive. All right, bottom of turn 6. The game is over. Oscar's boys got their full move through cover move to get within 2 inches of me. Needed to roll a 4-inch charge or better to get in there on the charge, and he did. He killed me in the assault phase, which meant he got Stompin' Boys. He had secure Objective 5 twice. That truck went back there to get Objective 3 and behind enemy lines and Linebreaker. That's 6. What was the other point you got? Oh, Recon, which all the mysterious objectives have been found. So he scored 7 points that turn to put him up to, actually, after Linebreaker, 14 points to my 13. Not only did he wipe me off the table, but in the bottom of turn 6, he took the point lead too with a massive 7-point turn. But you know, that's what tactical escalation does. So anyway, thanks for watching. check out the gaming table on Gaddis Gaming. I'll put the web link down in the description. We love this. Yeah, and of course Fat Matt and all the other guys. So you're going to see all the links for them too.
The terrain and pretty much everything here.
But anyway, thanks one more time to Gaddis Gaming for this the awesome tabletopper. We really like it, and maybe we'll be seeing this a lot more in our home bat reps.
We're gonna do like a final.
We are gonna finish. Yeah, we're gonna finish the review of the table after this video. But this is, like I said, just a separate bat rep. So thanks again for watching, Oscar. Good job. Keep the WA going, and hopefully, he and I were kind of talking off camera about, like I had mentioned earlier, about doing a possible campaign with just the two of us and some of these armies. So should be fun. Mechanicum versus Orks with maybe some Grey Knight allies, and we were talking about some demons for him too, because I was telling him what he can do with demon.
My Age of Sigmar.
I think you could, especially like Korgoroth. He'd make a great demon prince. Yeah, great demon prince or great demon or something like that.
Orc thing.
Yep. Anyway,
that's what Orcs would use.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.